What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
Bossman Show here at UNC Asheville. Boy, okay, come on, my buddy Mike Morrell on the Bossman Show. Mike, good to see you, man. How's it over in Asheville, brother?
A little windy and chilly today, my man, but it's they teased us with some good weather last week, but chilly. Other than that, man, we're good. Thankfully, we're on the inside, man. That was inside sports.
No doubt, man. Let me ask you, man, how's the community doing? I know you all had some flooding early in 2024, man. Really bad flooding over there, man. So how's the community recovering, and how's the rebuild going for you guys, man?
You know, there's still a lot of Asheville, certain parts, Biltmore Village, the River Arts District that are really in cleanup mode and trying to rebuild. Really proud of Asheville and the response to obviously just kind of an unprecedented, storm here with the floods and everything that occurred after, and obviously had an impact on our team and our department, but a way bigger impact on the community of Western North Carolina just as a whole. And I'm from East Tennessee, had a big impact over there where my family's from. And but I tell you, you saw a lot of people coming together for the common good, which makes you feel good about the area that you live in, but still got a long ways to go in terms of, in particular, outside of the city of Asheville, but seeing some progress, particular here recently as well, in terms of roadways and stuff, man, that you would never imagine still had debris and trees and things, 5-6 months after still do. And there's only so much manpower and stuff, but really proud of the response around here.
And, how's it been for your team kind of provide these people in the community trying to rebuild and recover a little bit of 2.5 hours or so of just a distraction of coming to your games, kind of seeing your guys do their thing and win games, kind of uplift them that way by seeing you all play on the court?
Yeah, well, we talked about, we were off for 11 days after the storm, and then we came together as a team and relocated to Charlotte for almost 3 weeks. So our guys did not really see the city of Asheville until the beginning of November for the most part. I'll never forget, we were driving back from Alabama the day after we played them in the first game of the year, and we kind of had to, the roadways were still a mess, so we had to come down through the River Arts District, and that was the first time I think that our players really saw just the immense destruction just in that area in particular, which is one of many. We didn't have a home game, man, until December the 7th. And so I think, we've had some good crowds here of late. There's still a lot of people going through a lot of things, but I do think there's been some people that have been able to find some fun and things in those two or so hours, like you said, when they come to our games. We're undefeated at home right now, something we're really, really proud of. But we're really grateful for not only the city of Asheville, but our administration here, both on the athletic department side and on our university side, did a great job getting things back up and running and just pulling for each other, man. And so, again, it was something that you don't want to ever go through again. But, again, I was really proud of the community that we have around here and how they pulled together.
No doubt, man. I'm glad to hear you on the road to recovery. And in the midst of this season, man, you've got your 100th win. Talk about that, what that means to you, man, getting over 100 wins now in your career, which means you've been winning a lot of games and been consistent, man. So how does that make you feel? And talk about the staff and people around you who really have supported you to get over 100 wins, man.
Well, when you start out your first year and you put 4 wins on the board, you got a long way to go to get to 100. I'm no math major, but that's 96 in the next 6 years. So it wasn't like we started out here kind of shot out of a cannon. But you have good players. You get to 100 eventually, or you get asked to go do something else. Like I say, if you coach for 7 years, you better be creeping up on 100, or you're not going to be coaching much longer. So, 4 games after that, the coolest moment for me is Neil Dixon, who's been with me for 6 years, Woody Taylor, who's been with me for 6 years. They got their 100th win here. And so it only happened 4 games later because they didn't get here till my second year. And so, a lot less about, what it meant to me and just, the fact that we've been able to, because UNC Asheville was really good before I ever got here. That tradition with Coach McDevitt and Coach Beanbaugh, and even before that, was tremendous. But it was a rough time when I got here, and to have it back, near the top of the Big South, at the top of the Big South, over the last few years has been really cool.
And in this business we live in, Mike, it is to have 2 guys loyal to you, like Neil and Woody, man. Like, it has to make you feel good because a lot of guys are job hunting. They looking on hoop dirt, looking for jobs. So, So how about that loyalty of those 2 guys that long?
Those guys have every bit to do with the winning that's occurred. In that 6-year span, as I have. And some coaches might say that and don't really mean it. I mean that with all my heart. Woody's done he's the best connector of people that I've ever worked with, on top of the talent that he has, both as a coach and as just a person who specializes in developing relationships with anyone. And then Neil, Neil's the only married guy on our staff. He's the only guy who has any kids, so his life's a little bit different. And I'm especially grateful for him. And Neil's, I don't know if his son has dealt with leukemia the last 2 years and is about to ring his bell coming up here in a couple weeks. And not my story to tell, it's their story to tell. But Neil and his family have been through a ton these last few years, and for him to have the impact he's had on our program is really, there's no words for it. So the biggest win that we'll get here to end the year will be when his son Rhett gets to do that. We'll be there to cheer him on, and So, man, I'm extremely grateful for the entire staff, but in particular those two who've been with me for so long.
100%, Mike. And I'm gonna ask you this, man, too. With you have 4 games left, trying to keep guys healthy for that important Big South tournament there, man. So, how do you kind of balance going live and not keeping sharp, but not getting nobody hurt just with 4 games to go for that tournament starts, man?
If you got any suggestions, let me know, because it's when we played in the NCAA tournament a couple years ago, we played UCLA, and I heard Mick Cronin say, that's the key is like, can you go into March and into the postseason and be as healthy of a team as possible? And it's not, we've had some injuries. Toyaz Solomon was huge in our game on Saturday, but he sprained his ankle really badly versus Upstate, was able to grit it out. And tell you the other thing, and this, is it's been the sickness that's been running around, and we've had flu and this and that, and so I'm really proud of our team that we've been able to find different ways to win with 1, 2, sometimes even 3 guys not available for the game. But it makes practice a challenge. Like, we're going to go out there today, and we're down 2 guys today, one for an injury and one for an illness-related issue. And like you said, there's not a lot of time this year to go live anyway, but you got to get work in. You got to get some work in. So that's maybe one of the biggest challenges that there is as a coach right now, other than the fact of trying to keep your players healthy mentally.
No doubt, man. And you're doing a good job with your guys, man. Sharing the rock, man. We know the ball gives you energy, man. So I watch you on film. I see you guys doing things with a purpose, Mike, and I really appreciate that about what your team does. It's always with a purpose. It's not guys taking those hero shots. It's really making the right read, popping it out, getting the defensive conflict, man, and making the great shot, whether that's a good shot or a contested shot, per se.
Yeah. This is the best offensive team we've had in my 7 years. I think we're top 10. We were 8th going into the Charleston Southern game in terms of points per game, total offense, if you will. It's the most efficient team that we've had in my 7 years, and that's coming off of having Drew Pember for 2 years here. And so we're really proud of our guys. I mean, Jordan Marsh has had a terrific year. Toyaz Solomon's had a terrific year. Fletcher Avey and Josh Banks, same thing. And so, but we've had the emergence of guys like Cam Taylor, who has really helped us on the glass and getting us more possessions offensively. And so, and we lead the league in assists. So I'm really proud of our guys and their ability to move the basketball on offense.
As much as you move the ball, limiting those turnovers as well. You only got 10 per game, which is very good. I know you might want to be even lower than that, than the 10 that you have. But, hey, man, 10 a game, you can win that way. Catch a care of the best.
Yeah, about anybody in the country would sign up for that, particularly. That's been maybe the one thing that the last couple years we've not done a good enough job of on offense. If you could say, hey, I'd like to change this one thing, and grow in this area coming out of the last couple years. And this team's done knock on wood, a terrific job with it.
No doubt, man. Also, just the steals and blocks, man. Defensively, active hands, contact defense, man. Talk about that mentality of being able to be efficient on offense, but also being effective defensively. Because sometimes, you not both know this, some teams are either defensive or offensively. But it doesn't seem like you guys have both sides of the ball going right now.
Yeah, we're not a team that's really built on girth, if you will. We don't have a lot of thick guys outside of Greg Gant and Sage Tolentino, but we do have length and athleticism and speed. Those are the things that we have a pretty good amount of. And so, if you don't use that length and speed on defense, then the lack of size and strength sometimes will really, really hurt you. And I think we've gotten better with that as we've got into league play. Our defensive efficiency has went up. It wasn't great in the non-league. We were just outscoring teams in some games. And so if we want to continue to try to compete for a championship, that's a non-negotiable. You're not just going to score 90 and get a chance to play in the NCAA tournament coming out of our league. Teams are too good.
No doubt, man. With the length you have, I feel like you can be very switchable. You can trade up your ball screen coverage where you want to hedge it, ice it, or do whatever, two-time, whatever you want to do with it. Talk about that length that you have. You can probably just give them trouble with that way. Also, you can get them pick sixes as well, get down the court, transition very fast as well with the length you have, because you might not have to side with that length and speed can make up for that height that you don't have.
Yeah. Cam Taylor and Toya Solomon are two of the more athletic, long guys in our league. And Cam's been the best freshman that we've had since I've been here in terms of his impact on winning and just from a production standpoint, particularly rebounding the basketball. But he can really guard too. And obviously Toyaz is near the league lead in blocks just because he's so athletic. But we're also fortunate to have a guy like Greg Gant who has no problem guarding the other team's best player. Actually enjoys it, and that's Greg is as much as anybody that I've coached here. He and Fletcher AB both have just had they just could care less about anything other than winning, and as long as Asheville wins by one, they want to learn, they want to grow, and Josh Banks as well. Josh I've been fortunate that this has been the most player-led team that I have had in comparison to being coach-led. I tell people all the time, if I'm coaching too much, that's not good for us. That's not a good thing for us. So I've got three really, really impactful leaders in Josh, Greg, and Fletcher.
That's one for you, Mike, man. You got Radford on Thursday, Darius Nichols, and those guys are tough out, man. Talk about what you're watching on film with those guys as you prepare for this game this week, man.
Darius has done a great job. They are tough, maybe the best rebounding team in the league. They're going to make you earn every single thing you get on offense. They're shooting the basketball at a really high clip, almost 40% in our league. I really like their team. They've got great size. So we got our hands full up there. It's obviously a nationally televised game, so I'm sure they'll be really, really excited there at the Dedman Center. But Darius has done a great job with this group, and what seems to be a much more connected team than last year, where they had a lot of talent. But this team is just is a team. Like, you can really tell, like they like to play together, and it's why they've won so many, and so they'll be, you ain't gonna catch them sleeping. They're too good.
No doubt. Well, Mike, but good talk as always, brother. Hope to talk to you again in March, man, after the Big South tournament, man. Hopefully you won that thing.
Thanks, man. I know I'm not the only Big South coach you talk to, so
this year you are, man. This year you are. I'm trying.
Oh, man.
This year you are the only one.
All right. I'll take it then, man. I'll take it. I appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate you, Mike. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, man. Take care.
All right.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z. Sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. What's up, family? Jared the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.